Ian, we're back on St Neots TV. It's not worth going into some of the previous games because they've been and gone and we haven't got highlights anyway. But before we start this interview, we had a count up yesterday, and as of yesterday we had 8 injured, we had Ben suspended, we had 2 who shouldn't be playing, but we're not going to tell on St Neots TV shouldn't, and that is 11 out of a squad of 18. And we've brought other players in to try and boost the squad up a little bit. You fielded a side today where you had Adi, who wasn't fully fit, but he's travelled up from Lewisham on New Year's Day where the trains are not running properly, and he started his journey at 10 AM to come and play football for this football club, and somehow he's got to get home. And you got him up here. We gave a start to Theo, who hasn't played for 2 years, and you know, ideally with Theo we would have liked to introduce him over probably 6 or 7 games, to be honest, wouldn't we?
Definitely.
And you know, he come on, and I think when you see the video, and hopefully Adam will show something of Theo today, just goes what a good player is. So let's get into this game. We lost 3-2, but taking into consideration where we've been at with injuries and players, and not just bad luck, but injuries and players, you know, I for one congratulate the whole team and you and your staff for a really good team performance today, as far as I'm concerned. So let's go through. We had the worst possible start.
Yeah, I hadn't even sat down. I turned around and see the 3 pick up the ball in front of us in his own half. Yeah. Put my cup of tea down, done my coat up, and the ball's in the back of the net.
Yeah, well, we lost possession. We got full. We lost possession. He carried, and he seemed to get in front of each player who was trying to tackle him. And our player would have took him out, and he tiptoed through and he hit it, and he scored. And he ain't a bad player. He's a Cambridge United player on loan. So we done that. So we had the worst possible start, especially after you know, you geeing them up, building them up, and us getting 11 on the field with, you know, young lads as subs. And then we got back into the game, got our first goal, played some good football.
The first goal, Addy, yeah, no, it was good little 3 or 4 passing midfield, great ball from Jay, and Craig Carver, who's done well again today, great sort of left foot strike on target to keep us safe. And Addy sort of, again, it was a good volley from Addy it made it look quite easy actually, even though it was quite a difficult volley on his poor side. But yeah, before we got that goal, I think their goal, if anything, kicked us into life and made us realise, and you know, from a team that's lost quite a lot of games recently, to come out and display that character, not run around kicking people, but to get the ball down and play the way we want them to do it, having had the back of a bad run and conceding the goal again in a big derby, has showed a lot today. And the way we sort of went forward and scored the goal, and then the second goal was probably the best goal I've seen at this football club since I've been here.
Wonderful goal.
Yeah, just total, straight from the keeper, total football, and it was comfortable, you know. And we looked dangerous in this third when we were patient with the football and we were getting it wide back in, we were overlapping, and we looked comfortable. And I say, with Addy and with Craig up top, we've got one inexperienced lad that again we were going to drip feed this year because we think he's got a good future here, having to make his second full game in sort of 4 days. And then you've got Craig up front, who's new to the club as well. He's trying to find his feet, and again he's got himself in the door there. He's done well again today for me. His work rate, his clever movement. Yeah. But then, you know, I don't know, we go into half time and we're buzzing, you know.
Yeah, we're buzzing. We're on the ascendancy half time, and you know, we had our winger, so we had the pace. Jay and Ollie played well. They was passing the ball out to them, and then we started off the second half. Okay, they had a penalty and missed it, and funny enough,
which by the way was the worst decision that I've seen. I don't usually moan about this.
The referee saw it, and he gave a corner, and then the linesman decided to give a penalty, and you know, I called a miss, funny enough, because I just thought, hey, maybe it might be our day there, and they didn't deserve that.
It was a poor decision. They didn't deserve it.
So we come out, we went to sleep a little bit. Hey, that's the way it goes.
It was scrappy. I mean, we didn't play. We didn't return to the second half playing our free-flowing football. What we did, and we made sure when we come out, we made it a scrap, and we didn't give anything cheap away, which is what happened until Theo sort of just turned his knee a little bit and he said to me just a little while ago that he thinks that he could have had a go, but I was very mindful of that. And he, at that time, Carroll said that it was giving him some pain there. So
this boy,
we had no choice then to put Dan in there, and we lost out.
I hope the lights ain't gone out on our season, which I doubt. But anyway, Theo came back, which was great, and then. We had our attacking options of Louis on one side, Dan on the other, and we know what a good player Dan is, and I thought he was exceptional today wherever he played. And then, we have no option but to put our best attacking player, most experienced player at fullback.
We would do that,
or
we have to change our shape, which had dominated the game for an hour.
Yeah.
And there's no way that it was a bit of a risk, and we had we could have put Sparky one side or Jack, and we felt there's not much in between sort of either of them at the moment. Again, these are two young boys that hopefully will have a future with us, and again aren't completely ready for what we're looking to do at the moment. But we had no choice today, and Jack had a go, and he's trying so hard to do the right things. It's not quite working for him at the moment.
Yeah, it's not, and it was a case with Jack of he wasn't over elaborated. He was trying too hard.
Yeah, and just wasn't happening today.
And we lost a bit of our passing, and then when we sort of settled down, and then Jay done a couple of silly little things, but then he started thinking, hang on a minute, I'm going to pass the ball and we're going to make
room.
We
had a couple of spells.
And we had some spells where we done well. So, taking into context where we are, we lost 3-2, but I'm taking a lot from this game. Considering, what we had to work with, and we're still working at it. And, I think the supporters and everyone has to understand that, this league, we've got 30 points in this league. And all due respects to other sides, we could have easily had 40 points. Another 3 wins and a draw for the half side of the season. Now, in my opinion, 80 points will win this league easy. Absolutely. And I think 60 points might get playoffs. And, our confidence, I think, has got better. I enjoyed what I saw of us today. And I must say, Gary Roberts has got himself, in my opinion, a very, very good side there.
Workmanlike experience,
workmanlike. He's got 3 Cambridge United loanees in there. A team that's played together a while, and Gary knows this division. I was talking to him before the game, and he knows this division. He knows what he's on about. But he's got a lot of respect for us. He was pleased as punch Ben weren't playing, which shows what a good player Ben can be when he wants to be. And that's the way it goes. So, we're looking for players. People can say, well, why don't you bring them in anyway? Well, we don't do things like that because, we like to look after our non-contract players as well as our contract players. And, most of them will get, if they're not playing, most of them will get something out of the club, which a lot of other clubs don't do. So we certainly can't just extend our budget and end up with 25 players on the books. Trying to look after them all. Right. And I think that's wrong for the club.
We did up until we had to make the change. When we got to that stage, we could only do what we could do with the players we had available. And it's no disrespect to the bench, because there's some, you got a 17-year-old kid on the bench, you got a keeper, and you got 2 19-year-olds. That was our bench today, and unfortunately for us, we didn't have the experience maybe on there we needed to bring on and just try and kill the game a bit. And we were chasing it. We made a couple of poor mistakes. I'll be honest. We're in this together, but we made a couple of poor mistakes, and other teams don't seem to get punished by those, but we seem to get punished whether we make a poor challenge in midfield or lose the ball up front or we slip in at the back. We seem to concede from that position.
Especially the second goal from Marriott. I knew he was going to score because he's a good player.
Yeah, no. As soon as it fouled, if Jordan he's overstretched and he sort of mishit the ball and it's gone to him. And the other guy, I think JP's been caught a little bit there and he's tried to clear it. He's recovered and it's just sort of bobbled into the player. And it just seems to be that way for these players. Those ball will bobble in there. Anyone plays against us seems to have it in their paths.
Yeah, but we move on. I saw a lot of good things today. We certainly know what we're good at, our 4-4-2, if we can get a team to play it. We looked after the ball quite well. I think we got mugged today a bit.
I said that myself in there to the lads. This is the first game in a while that I actually feel that we've been mugged. You know, other games we've deserved bits and pieces that we haven't got, but today we deserve 3 points on our first half performance. But this league, it doesn't mean nothing until you see the game out.
No, it doesn't. And you know, I don't know what the results are today, but you know, they're probably all up and down and in and out and all over the place. I think Bideford beat Weymouth. I think St Albans got beat. I think Hemel got beat. Leamington won. I think Stourbridge got beat. So you know, it's irrelevant what other teams do, but it still keeps us, you know, Hitchin got heavily beat, but it keeps us, you know, 9th, 10th where we wanted to be to start off. We've got everything to play for, and, you know, we can look forward, hopefully, to getting some of these players back, because, you know, we've got to, I'm not going to say nurse the team going forward.
Nurture it.
But we've got to nurture it, because we've got some very, very good footballers who are not far off regaining fitness.
We've got some good football. We've got some good young football. People keep saying about you need this, you need that, you need experience. I hear a lot of people with a lot of opinions, both from supporters and sort of fellow coaches and players and other coaches and players. And we've got one main goal as coaches and staff and yourself at the football club is to nurture these younger players, you know, that are coming to us. They have got experience at this level of football and above.
Yeah,
and they're looking for another opportunity, which gives them the hunger. You know, you can't just drop into the lower leagues and pick players up to compete at this level.
No.
They need to have some form of experience, whether it be as a youngster or, you know, you can get the odd 1 or 2 gems that come through the UCL or the step 4 sort of. You know, you may get 1 or 2 like that, but
you know, and that's the whole ethos of this club. This is what we're trying to do. People have to realise it's not about us having to win every week.
We could have easily this week gone out, known for what's coming today, and signed 3 or 4 players, but that's not what we're about.
And you know,
it's not.
You know, we try not to bring in loan players because they've got to go back, and that doesn't help the club, and it doesn't help the team, and it doesn't help the players, because they, you know, by the time you get known to them, they go back, unless it's long term and we can get them for the rest of the season, or it's a player who we think, you know, we can loan him, but you know, for 3 or 4 months, but we have a good chance of getting him at the end of the season permanent, like some of the players we're looking at.
And they're hard to find. I think just, you know, we've been trying to do that, and we're hopeful of that sort of. We'll come off with a couple of players, hopefully.
For those
soon.
of the supporters who don't know, is, you know, when we come back from Weymouth, I watched Ian and Andy on the phone for 4.5 hours, on the phone, ringing up, trying to bring our targets for next season, and we do have targets for next season, trying to bring them forward and trying to get them in early. You know, it means us spending more money, but, you know, we have a serious injury crisis. So it's not about us having to win every game, having to win the league. It's about us building a club and a team up for the coming years, because these young players won't be young players in 2 years' time. They'll probably be representing one of the best non-league clubs in the country, us. And that's what we're going to try and work to. And it doesn't matter, you know, what people can have opinions, but, you know, their opinions needs to be, you know, justified. If they want an opinion and they want to make statements and it's not true, come and see me. I'm open. Come and see Ian. If anybody wants to talk to us, and there are a few, you know, who say things which are not quite correct, if you want to come and see us, ring us, come and see us, and we'll give you tell you everything that's going on within reason. And we can't be more open than that. But you know, what we do ask, and the majority of people do work this way, is they do get behind us. And you know, we're working very hard, but it's not just about this season. It's about this club's future of playing football. You know, and it might take another 2 years, might take 3 years. It doesn't matter. Providing we can do and it progresses the way we want, that's all I'm interested in. I'm not interested about having to win leagues. If we win a league, great. If we don't, we're still work in progress. You know, and good teams do that, good clubs do that, bad clubs buy success. You know, and we've had our share of that over the last 2 seasons. Where we had to get to a stage or get to a level of football where we were comfortable with, and which we would enjoy into real man's football, where we could actually get younger players to want to come to our football club. You don't want good pros or good young kids who have been professional players playing, all due respect, playing in UCL. They want to come to this sort of level, and we've achieved this level. We're staying this level, of course, but you know, we want to get a team together where they all want to play and we can groom them, and that's where we are. So never mind about today. I'm going home pretty happy on this, to be honest with you. A lot happier than we were at Weymouth, because
yeah, we didn't.
But we didn't have a chance.
No.
You know, we couldn't justify ourselves. But today, I saw some good football. I saw some passing and movement. I thought we could have got a result out of a team that's in form, except for last week's game, and a team who I personally think will be one of the contenders.
Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. I thought there was a very good side all round, and we done really well. So we'll move on to Saturday. Now we've got a game on Saturday, Hunt's Senior Cup semi-final. Gives us a chance to have a look at a few, experiment a bit, but obviously trying to win it, because we want to get to the final and win this. And then we've got the game on Kettering on Tuesday, which we must say, watch the website, look out, because that could be off.
Yeah, it's doubtful, I think.
It's very doubtful, and the reason is Kettering playing at Corby, and Corby for some reason hire out their changing rooms to someone on Tuesday night. So there you are. So, you know, we'll have to let you know when we're going to play it, if we're going to play it, so keep an eye out. But well done today. I'm more than comfortable today. All right.
If someone's happy.
I am happy. I'm not just saying it for the TV or for the sports. I am. I know my football, and I can see what happened today and how we played, and I'm more comfortable than I've been for a long time. Plus the fact I know what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the difference, Ian. I know what we're trying to do. So, you know, so what? Right, thanks. See you next time.